Oh boy, with a title like that, you know things are just gonna be great, don't you? But, I actually kind of debated on if I was going to do this for a while, and decided, well, it's only got 2 installments of this so far, and I kind of just thought of it on the spot, and was like, hey, might as well. I already expect this to do less than stellarly as far as most everything, because I figure that the people that are into it are going to see the title and be annoyed with it and probably dislike it on the spot without going too far into it, and the people that don't like it and are like, oh yeah, someone finally freaking taking it to them and going and berating them. No, I'm not doing that. They're going to know that I'm not doing it about now, and they're going to dislike because, oh, you're not gonna condemn them for liking this. Who's you watch it, dang. Trying to avoid the word before a minute in because apparently the algorithm has less of a chance of murking you if you postpone using the actual words a little bit into it. But as you can tell from the title, today we're talking about another tag that is a bit on the I say a bit, it's rather on the controversial side of things, and like usual, I'm not berating the content of the tag. I'm berating the way that the tag is used. And this one actually has less to do with laziness and more to do with what I tend to call the usual suspects. You know the sorts that I'm talking about, the ones that will use one term to blanket over everything and be like, that's what this is. I don't care if there's any other context to it. This is what it is now, and it covers everything I don't like that fits even one of the 8 different versions of this. But the problem with this is that it's used too much. You have the Loli tag, which is used for everything from actual "you're in the danger zone, my dude," even drawing this is a bit questionable, to Rory Mercury, who doesn't... I don't know if I've only seen images where she seems to be aged up or what, but I could have sworn that they were screenshots from the actual show, and she seems to be actually, above the standard age. Like, it's not even the, oh, she's 400 years old thing. No, she is short, but she's doesn't seem like a child. Doesn't seem childish, really. And obviously, you've got the usual discussions of, oh, well, it's this person is young, looks young, but they're actually older, and this person's looks like they're like 20, and they're actually 14, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to get into the whole splitting hairs on that. I'm not here to be a broken record for someone else. I'm more discussing this from my point of view of things. But it does kind of stem more from that being the issue than it does from the tag being just used to either cover 7 terms like NTR was. Oh, you got small breasts? Well, you're obviously a lolly automatically. Oh, you are below 7 feet tall, you're obviously a lolly. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, if lolly went by the same rules that Shota did, it would make sense, but people use lolly as like this most blanket term, and it winds up being an issue. I know that my venting, or whatever the heck you want to call this, isn't going to change the way that all of it's perceived and whatnot, and there's been bigger people that have tried to, like, describe stuff and whatnot and explain it in a better way than I ever could, because they actually know the language better than I do. But it's really weird that this word, which has an actual direct parallel, has such a giant bubble around it, when the other one's like, yes, this is the exact dimensions of where this is going to be, rather than this thing fluctuates. so far that there's no way that you could tell. Like, I actually legitimately thought for the longest time that Loli just meant a petite female in Japanese terms, because it had been used just as a blanket term for that, and then it's like, oh, well, this and this and this, and it's like, all right. And on one hand, I'm like, oh, well, it's fine. The term patinko, it's the Japanese words for modest breast size, a small breast size, has come along, and now you can actually fit your people that, like, I guess the best term would be, like, average Miku. For the more layman, I haven't seen a whole lot of other stuff. Basically her average size. The problem is that I don't know if it's been polluted into this by the usual suspects, or if it's just been was hit by people that were like, well, this is obviously another place to go and post my dangerous Loli, as I'm going to label it, into it, because she obviously fits. But one of the places, I'll just be honest, one of the subreddits, the Patanko subreddit, had gotten removed for a while because it was labeled under their Loli rules, and I was very confused because I didn't see any. And then it came back, and I have no idea what it was, but, I mean, whatever. But it's weird to me how this bubble is just kind of just whacked out. Like, obviously you have the dangerous Loli. I'm fine with people doing condemnation of that. It's like the people looting, I don't know, Kana or something, where they actually like fit the part, or Kana's friend that I can never remember the name of from Dragon Maid. I can understand that. Fine by me. But then people will say, oh, Miku's a Loli because she doesn't have massive boobs, and I already talked about Rory Mercury, and then there's other characters that fit that kind of bill, and they're labeled as quote-unquote Loli. Yet, then there is Rika from Quad S Gridman, and she's literally 15, but because she has thicker thighs and has boobs and whatnot, she's not considered a Loli, and no one complains about it. I don't even know where to start on this, because it's not even really the people that are in it. Like, oh, you say NTR, split it into the actual 3 tags that it should be. Alright, well, the people that are into it will do it, or the people that like want the separation of it will do it, and it's fine. Or say calm your tits, there's multiple tags for being larger or whatnot, for people wanting to say, oh, just a fat person is ugly bastard, and it's contained in the I guess the best way is the fan base, the anime fan base. Us weebs already have the ability to like sort of divide and fix it. The problem with Loli is that it's a term that has gotten so far out of its bubble that you can try and do the divvying up, and you can try and say this and that to it, but in the end, a lot of the people that are complaining about it are as I'm going to say again, the usual suspects. They're the people that look at it either at face value and go, all right, well, small breasts, she's a lolly. Not small breasts, she's not a lolly, despite the fact that this one's 22 and this one is actually 14. To use the age-old example of, rather than my original example of Rika versus Rory versus Yoko from Gurren Lagann. And it makes it really freaking difficult to try and divvy it up in that case versus the usual cases for the other ones in this series. And it kind of makes things difficult when you're just like, I mean, I could go into a lot of different examples for this kind of stuff, but you get the idea at this point. Oh, well, this person is below this height. They're obviously fit the bill. I could just do it, and in the end, it just winds up being back to me wasting time going, oh, here's an example of this, this, and this. But it doesn't matter because it's usual suspects thing. So I'm not gonna waste your time with that any more than I have just by making this borderline shower thought shitpost of a video. I have no idea what I'll wind up doing next in this series, if anything, because these kind of just come to me while I'm in the shower. As I said, shower thought shitposts. So yeah. I actually don't have any way to fix this. If you want to hear me complain even more about this umbrella without comparing it to anything else and just the other examples that I had of people to compare to other people that make this whole thing look even dumber in perspective, then I don't know, you can comment about it. I'd probably just continue to talk in the comments about it or something if I did. Either way, I am nearly late for my stream at twitch.tv/nasuamaya. And yeah, enjoy consuming what content you want as long as no one is hurt. It's fine. Don't let the usual suspects ruin your day, I guess. Either way, this became more depressing than I thought. Thank you all so much for watching. Like if you like, subscribe to become part of the Phoenix Brotherhood, and as usual, this is Cecil Phoenix signing off. Bye!